Dr. Cass, you have given us some very sobering thoughts and statistics about prescription drugs. I want to ask you a question. In my age category, people take an average of 3 prescription drugs. I don't take any.
You mean over 40?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I don't take any, so somebody must be taking 6. But that's the point. If I'm taking 3 prescription drugs, this is going to be a multi-question. If I take 3 prescription drugs, obviously people have some sort of idea about how those are going to act together in my system. Secondarily, if I'm a woman, they've been tested on women and they know that about that too. And third, they never prescribe 2 drugs to any baby that's 6 to 9 months old, right?
Well, actually they do.
All 3, huh?
Well, they'll give drugs to babies, and I find that rather scary.
2 drugs that have been tested on babies for interactions?
No. No, that have not been tested on babies at all, or have not been tested for interactions. Now, I don't know how young, because I don't do pediatrics, but I do know I have children 2 and 3 years old coming to me on more than 1 drug. And I know these have not been tested on kids.
Wow.
There are not research studies showing the effects on children. And so we don't know the long-term effects. So I think we have to be very, very careful before we prescribe to any age group. You know, you take the younger kids, you take the kids, and they have undeveloped systems, and who knows what's happening there. And then you get the elderly people who aren't metabolizing very well, and their liver and kidneys may not be working properly in order to detoxify the drug. And these drugs can have not only each drug in itself having a sort of much stronger effect on these individuals, but then there are the interactions of the drugs together. So I'd say you have to be very cautious and know what the effects are, what the side effects are. Use the same pharmacist so that they can pull up, there are interaction studies, or there's information at least about interactions, and have the pharmacist be able to tell you and read what you get, read the handout that you get from your pharmacist so that you can protect yourself better. And then supplement your prescription so you'll know more about the drug nutrient depletion, how nutrients are actually robbed by some of these drugs, many of these drugs.
Let's stick with the Supplement Your Prescription for a minute. That's the book that you wrote. And Supplement Your Prescription will give you an idea what side effects can be for drugs. So if you looked up the side effects for all 3 of those drugs that you may be taking on a regular basis, it could be, as you said, quite sobering, and should be something that would give you the incentive to take another route if possible.
Yes, yeah. And also in Supplement Your Prescription, besides telling you what is depleted by that drug, I also give condition-specific nutrients. So if you decide, and this is something you have to take up with your physician, but if you decide that you'd rather not take the drug, but you'd rather try something natural first, then I have a list of what you can take and how to take it instead of, for example, if you're given a prescription for lowering blood sugar, I'd say start with chromium, vanadium, alpha-lipoic acid, gymnema, bitter melon, and these are going to help to increase your insulin resistance. Exercise, eat a Mediterranean diet. All of these things can really help, and you may not need to take the blood sugar lowering drug, which is also known to deplete you of certain vitamins.
I'd like to leave our viewers with this suggestion. I think everybody needs to own a copy of this book, but I think that they need to own 2 copies of the book so that when they go to see their doctor and these things are recommended, they can say, I have a gift for you. I wonder if maybe we could just revisit what we're talking about a couple weeks from now because of the fact that I'd like to avoid some of these problems.